Hello viewers, welcome back. So I hope you enjoyed the previous two videos of packet capturing using n number of tools. We saw how to capture the packets using TCP dump, followed by how to analyze those packets in Wireshark, and towards the end we also saw another tool, Aircrack, using which we can actually fetch the sensitive information flowing through a network, isn't it? So in this video we are going to learn about how to actually crack a live Wi-Fi system just for educational purpose. Again, I'm mentioning that all these things are done from an educational purpose point of view, and you should never launch these sort of attacks on any live system. I am currently going to launch this attack on my own Wi-Fi network, and so it is fine. But you are not expected to launch this on any live system, or else you will be the sole person responsible for such an activity. Fine. So let me walk you through the various basics of packet capturing from a wireless network. Now we are going to make use of a term called as monitor mode. Now the packet sniffers or the packet capturing devices work in two modes. First is the managed mode and second is the monitor mode. You can say that the managed mode is the limited version using which you can access your own network, but you can't go beyond your own network. On the other hand, monitor mode is compulsory for any sort of packet sniffing activity or packet injection activity. It can be thought of like this. If you have your monitor mode on, you will be able to sniff all the packets arising from all the Wi-Fi access points nearby to your location. So it is basically used to monitor all the traffic received on a wireless channel without even connecting to that access point. So in short, if you have 10 access points nearby to your home, you will be able to read the packets sent by all those 10 access points using monitor mode. So if you are not opting for monitor mode, then you won't be able to perform this Wi-Fi cracking activity. So for that, it is very compulsory to have monitor mode on. And the default network interface cards which comes with your laptops are not that powerful, because they are not that costly and they are not capable of having monitor mode installed in them. So for that we need some sort of an external Wi-Fi adapter, such as these. These Wi-Fi adapters are basically used to turn your computer system into a monitor mode, using which you will be able to crack the Wi-Fi passwords, or you will be able to gain access to a Wi-Fi network. Fine. So out of all these Wi-Fi chipsets or Wi-Fi adapters, external Wi-Fi adapters, these are the most popular ones. These are the chipsets which are actually present in those adapters. And these are the best pen testing USB Wi-Fi adapters available as of now. I am currently using the cheapest of all these, that is TP-Link TLWN722N. What happens in this is, only the version 1 of this particular adapter supports monitor mode and packet injection. I am currently having version 2. It is also possible to turn your version 2 model into a monitor mode model simply by doing some configurations. I will show you what are those configurations, but I would suggest you go with the version 1 only, just to avoid the extra steps in between, because the version 1 comes with the monitor mode support out of the box. Version 2 and version 3 doesn't support it out of the box. You will have to do some configurations. I am currently having version 2, so I will show you the steps of how to configure your Wi-Fi adapter to run on monitor mode also. So these are all the adapters available. You can buy any of these, and this is the cheapest. It comes around 700 to 800 rupees. Rest others are very costly. You can just go on Google and search for list of Wi-Fi adapters, and you will be able to see a complete list, and then you can make a judicious decision which version or which particular adapter you would like to have. So let me walk you through the process of configuring your adapter, Wi-Fi adapter, for the monitor mode, and then we will start our actual process of Wi-Fi access or capturing Wi-Fi handshakes using Aircrack NG. So stay tuned. So as you can see, we have now turned the monitor mode on. Now we can start our process. So let me close these terminal windows and let me open one more terminal window where I will be actually running the attack, or you can say Wi-Fi handshake capturing. So the very first step is we have already turned our monitor mode on. Next step is we need to start our process. That is, we need to make use of a tool called AeroDump. And using AeroDump, we can actually see what is channel hopping. So what you need to do is you simply need to type AeroDump ng space the interface name. Interface name is WLAN 0. Once I press enter, all the Wi-Fi access points which are nearby my location, which are discoverable, they will be seen on your console. As you can see, these are all the access points which are near my location, near my area, and I will be able to discover all the access points closer to me. So as you can see, this is my extended network. This is my actual Wi-Fi network, and this is what is my target network. That is, I'm going to launch the Wi-Fi handshake attack on this particular Wi-Fi network, that is Sridhar's dongle. So let me show you what we can do and how we can start capturing the Wi-Fi handshakes. What we can do next is we can, for the time being, stop this capturing process and move out of it. So for the time being, I came to know that these are all the Wi-Fi networks which are closer to my location. So what we can do now is, let me go through the various columns over here. This is nothing but the power. It ultimately tells you which of the routers or which of the access points are closer to you. So as you can see, this is my home network and this is closest to me. Next up, this is the target network which I actually want to crack into. This is again very close to me. And this is an extended network which is slightly away from me. It's in the next room adjacent to this room where I'm actually recording this video right now. So it is slightly away from me. And as you can see, the farthest is this particular Wi-Fi access point. So the closest the access point is to my present area, the speed will be more and I would be able to capture more packets. As you can see, more number of beacons are being sent by this particular access point which is closest to my location. Beacons are nothing but they are sent out to show that that particular access point is active, and they will show their presence with the help of the beacons sent out. Fine. And this is the amount of data packets being sent. This is the channel number. So ultimately we are interested in this channel, because whichever Wi-Fi access point is your target, you should know the channel number corresponding to that particular Wi-Fi. Well, the next command is again AeroDump -ng. Next is the channel number, that is -c, and then the number, numeric value, that is 9. So my target is at channel 9, so that's why -c9 space -w, because I'm going to capture all these packets into a capture file or pcap file, which will be further analyzed later using Wireshark. So next is the name of that particular capture file, followed by -d. -d is nothing but the destination filter which actually I want to attack. So over here, this is my destination, and this is the BSS ID corresponding to it. So I need to type in, simply copy it and enter over here. So what this will do is, let me read out this command once again for you. Now I am restricting all my packet capturing to this particular target or this particular destination only. So aerodump ng channel 9, write the capturing process into a file called capture, and the destination for this particular capturing process is shown with the help of this particular access point number, and then press enter. Sorry, I forgot to mention the interface. It is WLAN 0, and then press enter. So this is how the process looks like. Right now, there is only one device connected to my base station, that is my access point, and this is nothing but my mobile phone. So what happens over here is, I would first of all want to de-authenticate this device from my base access point. So what I will do is, I will be opening one more terminal window for you, using which I would send out some de-authentication packets. Now what happens whenever you send some de-authentication packets, that particular Wi-Fi, that particular device will be temporarily disconnected from the base station, and as a result, it will again keep on trying to send some more authentication packets to the same base station, and in the process, the Wi-Fi handshakes are captured. So the Wi-Fi handshakes are basically four-way handshakes or four-way handshake messages, which actually consist the passwords hidden somewhere. Because the device which is wanting access to that access point will send out the password, that is the authentication packet, and if they are captured and cracked using some brute force technique or any password cracking technique, we will be able to get hold of that access point's password, which we can further use to get access to that particular Wi-Fi access point. So let me show you my mobile screen also side by side, and as you can see, this is the MAC address of my mobile phone, which is ending with DB. So what I'm going to do right now is, I will de-authenticate my mobile device. As you can see, my mobile device is already connected to my dongle, Sridhar's dongle over here. So let me de-authenticate that. For that, we are going to make use of a tool which is called as AirPlay NG, and AirPlay NG is followed by --dauth, that is the command for de-authentication, space 0. If we enter 0 over here, it will send out a lot of de-authentication packets simultaneously, which will ultimately de-authenticate the mobile device from my access point. It is followed by the BSS ID of my access point. There is one change over here. Kindly write -A, which stands for the access point's BSS ID, followed by -C, that stands for the client's BSS ID, which is in this case this one, that is 3696 till DB, and followed by the interface, that is wireless LAN 0. Once I press this, once I press enter, it will send a lot of packets, and ultimately the network will be de-authenticated. Let me show it to you. As you can see, a lot of beacons are being sent, and as it is evident, you can see that my Wi-Fi network has been disconnected. So let's wait for some time. You will see something over here on the left hand side terminal. You will be able to capture the Wi-Fi handshake packets also, WPA handshake packets. It will take some time. Let's wait and find out if we are able to capture the WPA handshake packets or not. And as you can see, whenever the device again attempted to connect to that Wi-Fi access point, its handshake was captured. So now, as we have captured the WPA handshake, we can safely terminate our packet capturing process by pressing Ctrl C. Now we can safely terminate this terminal window. We have captured the WPA handshake. This is what was intended. Now we can analyze this packet capture file in Wireshark and finally try to get hold of the password of that access point. So for that, let me show you the captured files. As you can see, the files over here are like this. So these are the files that have been created during this capture process. In my case, I have 4 captured files because I had multiple sessions on the same computer. So I am going to consider the latest captured files, that is capture 04. Capture 04 will be further divided into various files, for example, Kismet files, packet captured files, CSV files, etc. We are interested in this particular file, that is capture 04.cap. In your case, it might be capture01.cap if you're running this particular packet capture for the very first time. So now I will be opening one more terminal window and fire up Wireshark on that terminal window and open this particular capture file. So it will be Wireshark space capture 04.cap and press enter. It will initiate the Wireshark terminal, and inside that Wireshark I will be applying some packet filters. Now what we can do is we can apply a filter. The filter is this particular filter, EAPOL. Now EAPOL stands for Extensible Authentication Protocol over LAN. This is the protocol which is basically concerned with authentication and deauthentication. So once I press enter, only the files which were responsible for the handshakes will be shown. As you can see, I had told you that this is a 4-way handshaking process. So it consists of message 1 of 4, 2 of 4, 3 of 4 and 4 of 4. So these are the 4 messages, and I'm pretty much sure that the password is hidden somewhere between these 4 messages only. So how to crack the password now? Well, it's again very simple. It ultimately depends upon a word list. Basically, what is a word list? A word list is a text document. Let me show you. This is a word list. As you can see, this particular document consists of passwords which could be random. You can download any word list from Kali Linux website, or you can create your own word list. Well, if you want to create your own word list, there are n number of applications available on the internet. I prefer this particular random word list generator software. It's very handy. You can create a word list of character sets A to Z in lowercase, uppercase. It will be a combination of all 0 to 9, that is all numeric values, all printable sets, or you can say some common specials. For example, all the special characters, it could also consist of them. The word list could be of length 8, 7, 6, 5, whatever you want. Minimum is 8 because it's a common practice that the password should be at least 8 characters in length. So you can have different word lists corresponding to the passwords of different length. For example, a word list of passwords consisting of 8 characters and 9 characters and so on. It's very simple. You simply select the length of the password, you select the number of passwords you want to generate and give it a path and press save. Click on generate word list, and as you can see, the word list is being created. It will take some time depending upon the number of characters you have chosen. This is how the word list will look once it is complete. So you can create your own word list and then use it to crack the passwords. Obviously, this is not a foolproof method because the passwords can be anything. The passwords could be either numbers, letters, or a combination of both. Depending upon the length, the complexity, and the type of passwords, the time taken to crack the passwords will vary. So what I have done is I have created this random word list. So what I have done is I have created this word list, and I will simply drag this word list into a folder in my Kali machine, and I will use that word list to try and crack my password. Well, I have set a very easy password of my Wi-Fi dongle or the Wi-Fi device just for demonstration purpose. So ultimately, it will depend upon the complexity and the length of the password, depending upon which the time will vary. So now let me copy the word list from my desktop onto my Kali machine. So here is the word list copied. Now that we have captured the WPA handshake and we have verified that using Wireshark, let's now start focusing on how to crack the password using Aircrack NG. So let me open up one terminal. And before actually cracking the password, we should go back to the managed mode because we have completed the sniffing part, capturing part is done. Now we should go back to the managed mode. And for that, you simply need to type in this command ifconfig space, select the interface, that is WLAN 0, mode and managed. You will go back to the managed mode. Let's verify this, iwconfig, and you can see the mode has returned back to the managed mode. Fine. Now we need to make use of Aircrack NG. We have so far used tools such as Airmon, Aerodump, Air Replay, and now we are actually going to make use of the main tool, that is Aircrack NG, using which we can crack our passwords. So Aircrack NG space, the name of that particular capture file, that was, I guess, capture04.cap, space minus W. Minus W stands for the input for the word list, right? So minus W, and then copy the entire path of the word list over here. It is present in this particular location. Copy it, paste it over here, slash the name of that word list file along with the extension, that is wordlist.txt. Once I press enter, password cracking process, that is brute force password cracking process, will begin in the background, and it will show you if any of the passwords match from the word list, it will show you a password is matching. Otherwise, if your word list is very small, or if you are using a very complex password, then it will become really difficult to crack the Wi-Fi password. It will take a long time, but ultimately it can be broken with a huge set of word list with a lot of words stored in that particular text file. So let me press enter. As you can see, the Wi-Fi password cracking process has begun, and before even I could complete my statement, the password has been found. It is nothing but 12345678, and this is what the password is. I had told you that I am using a very short password and a very simple password just for demonstration purpose, and it took approximately just 7 seconds to crack the password. As you can see, before even I could complete my statement, that particular password was cracked. So it ultimately depends on two things. If your password is very complex to understand, Aircrack NG will take a very long time to crack it. Secondly, if your word list is huge, it will be easy to crack the password. Otherwise, if your word list is very small, it will run out of words and your password won't be cracked. So ultimately, we saw how to crack a Wi-Fi password using tools such as AeroDump, AirPlay, AirMon, and finally Aircrack NG. Once you have got the password of that victim's machine or the victim's router, or the router which is actually being compromised, you can get hold of all the machines which are connected to that router, the IP addresses which are connected to that router, and finally you will be able to track down or trace down the attacker who is actually launching a live attack on your system. So this is how Wi-Fi cracking comes really handy, not only from the attacker's point of view, but also from the investigation point of view. So I hope you like this video. In the next video, I will be focusing on a case study where we would be analyzing some forensic images using a Linux workstation SIFT. So stay tuned.